What's going on, guys? I'm Tommy and I'm coming at you with another action figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Hasbro The Black Series Stormtrooper Holiday Edition. If you know me, you know my channel, you know I love Christmas time. It's my favorite time of year. I'm one of those freaks that starts decorating on November 1st every year, so when I saw that new holiday figures were announced for 2025, I was so excited. I picked this up on a pre-order through Walmart's website. I'm not sure if this guy is still available, but I'm assuming there will be some sort of restock for him. I really like that Hasbro's been getting more creative and more innovative with their holiday figures, and I'm definitely going to talk about that in this review. Taking a look at the packaging here, this is the standard style of packaging for the Black Series here in 2025. At the top here you have a Black Series logo, a nice big plastic window showing you the figure, his little companions, and his accessory. On this part here you have the name of the figure in vertical text with the Holiday Edition. You have the red banner down here to represent like ribbon, and then you have some of your warnings down at the bottom. You'll see the backdrop of this box here is character snowflakes. You have ones with porgs and one with stormtroopers, and on the middle of the stormtrooper ones there is the Imperial cog. On this side of the box you have same background there, that ribbon I was talking about that comes into a nice bow, and then this kind of bleeds onto the back of the box here. You have this little postage stamp with to and from in the Arabic language. It's got that stormtrooper stamp and that Imperial cog there. On the back of the box you have the Black Series logo and a bio with the name of the figure in about 1,000 different languages. This bio reads, "Celebrate the season with specially designed Star Wars figures from the Black Series." At the bottom here you have all your legalese. Guys, please don't feed this action figure to your babies. On this side of the box we have a little bit of a wraparound window, some more of that banner and the Black Series logo. On the bottom of the box even more legalese, and on the top nothing. As far as the box goes, that about wraps it up, so why don't we get this guy open and we'll check him out. Alright, here is our Stormtrooper out of the box. Before we take a look at him, let's first take a look at his accessory, that being an E11 blaster rifle. This is done in the blue with the orange tip, definitely meant to emulate the Nerf gun releases. This is something that I really like that Hasbro has done with a lot of the holiday figures, is because they also own Nerf, they can make the blasters that a lot of these guys come with look like existing Star Wars Nerf blasters. So this one is no exception. I think it's a really cool little detail, little subtle nod to the Nerf brand, and I'm really happy with this one. This is obviously the one that comes with a lot of your Mandoverse figures, the Rogue One style Stormtroopers. Blasters tend to come with a flashlight attachment and that longer magazine on the side. Now, as far as companions go, most of your Star Wars holiday figures come with just one. However, in this case, this guy comes with two. This might be the first time that they've ever done two companions with one figure, and you get two porgs here. So they're the same sculpt. The first one here is going to be done up as a snowman. They have the little coal buttons painted on there, as well as the red nose and the black for the eyes. I think this is translated very well to a snowman design. It's immediately recognizable. The only articulation these guys have is a little bit of a swivel down here at, I guess you would call it the hip joint, and there is also a little swivel. Honestly, it's more of a ball joint. You can make the wings flap there. That's a cool little feature there. And then of course you have this other one here. This guy is just in a little translucent blue. I'd imagine that this is supposed to be like a Jack Frost style look, or like a deep ice look, and you do have the black for the eyes, but again, a very basic look, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't expect too much detail for made-up designs like this. Alright, let's take a look at our Stormtrooper. So something new that they seem to be doing with holiday figures for both Halloween and Christmas this year for the Black Series are adding soft goods and incorporating them as new pieces into these figures. I think this is really clever and a really good way to get around the issue of how much it would cost to tool original parts for these guys, and I think it's a great way to make them very fun and more of a novelty and get a little more creative with the designs. And so on this Stormtrooper in particular, the thing you'll notice is on the back of the helmet here, you do have this felt piece that seems to be like inserted into the back of the helmet. I'm trying to see if there's like cutouts for this. It looks like, yeah, there's like a little thread they drilled into the back of the helmet there so this would stay on. But the antlers look great. They're nice and flexible, so you don't have to worry about them being brittle. They're made out of like a felt material, and it really fits that Christmas style that they're a felt material. And these reindeer antlers are just so fun, and it really adds to the very clear reindeer look that they've gone with for this Stormtrooper. I really like this one. As far as the rest of the figure goes, though, this is just a 2020 Stormtrooper, so any figure that is on this body, you should really know what you're getting into, because the rest is just paint here. So taking a look at the helmet here, you'll see they've done the green lenses, they did paint the black brow, and then there is white at the bottom here, and then they went with almost like that gingerbread color brown that the gingerbread Phase 2 Clone Trooper had a couple years ago. You'll see there is some silver and some black at the frown here. The chin filters are painted as well. There is a blank head underneath here, so I guess if you wanted to use this guy for like custom fodder, you could do that. No paint on the back of the helmet, which is fine. They have, however, painted red around the shoulder straps and around the back of the carapace and to the front with a gold Death Star medallion on the front there. This is fun. I think it's meant to represent the bells that the reindeer wear, so that's a really cool detail, and I like that they even made it like a subtle look of the Death Star for the bell itself. You'll see some white paint here on the front of the abdomen. This is obviously to represent the belly of the creature, which is a lot of fun. And then down here, you'll see they did the boots in black to represent the hooves of the reindeer. Overall, this is a really fun design. It's very creative. I really like what they've done here, and honestly, it being a basic Stormtrooper with not a lot of paint application at all, it really is fun. It's a great novelty, and I really like the evolution of the holiday figures, including these soft goods parts. So let's cover articulation real quick. So like I've said, this is the 2020 Stormtrooper. It's no different than any previous one. So you have a barbell jointed neck, so you have a ball joint that's at the top of the neck and one at the base, so you're going to get lots and lots of different movement out of that. He can look down a good amount. He can also look up a fair amount as well. You'll get some decent tilt out of that head, as well as some right and some left. As far as the shoulders go, the carapace is its own kind of thinner plastic overlay here, and that does help the butterfly joints that are on this figure. You'll see you can get plenty of range with the butterfly joints there, front and back. The shoulder armor is done on an O-ring system, so it's connected inside the shoulder joint. So you do have a hinge and swivel in there. You can get this guy up past the 90-degree mark ever so slightly on that hinge, and then you can swivel that shoulder 360 degrees. You do have to keep the shoulder armor with the shoulder joint there if you do that. He does have a deep cut single jointed elbow that's going to get you past the 90-degree mark with a swivel at the top of the elbow there, and he does also have hinge and swivel at the wrist. So at the right wrist here, you have that swivel with a vertical hinge. There is a trigger finger there too, and there's actually another trigger finger on that left hand, which for a trooper is fine by me with the swivel and the horizontal wrist joint. He does have a ball joint at the midsection about halfway up the torso there, which gets you plenty of range. He's also got ball joints at the hips, and you'll see that these pieces that kind of hang at the belt here are very malleable, so you're able to move those right out of the way. It doesn't hinder the articulation at all. He does have a thigh swivel built into the leg, which is great. He has some deep cut single jointed knees, which gets you past the 90-degree mark, which is good, just past it, and there is a swivel at the top of the knee there too. And then of course down at the ankles, he has the Hasbro Classic, the forward facing pin for rocker, and the hinge with some decent forward and some really nice back as well. Overall, this is a great figure, and I think that this is a great choice for a holiday release. Giving him his blaster here, you'll see that this is pretty easy to fit into his hand. It is made for this figure, this accessory, so you can fit this blaster in the hand here. You just get him into a basic pose here with that blaster in hand. And then he can also hold it in two hands, so he holds it really nicely in that offhand there, and we can get him into a pretty basic Stormtrooper shooting pose. In the original trilogy, they tend to hold the blasters lower, closer to the hip a lot of the time, so we're going to emulate that with this pose here. We'll get our porgs in the posing as well. And here's our Stormtrooper in a nice one-legged running pose, getting ready to run to Santa's sleigh and help him get ready for the impending Christmas Eve. But with that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this review. If you're a fan of the novelty of these holiday figures, I personally just bust them out whenever I bust out my Christmas decorations and I dot my collection room with them. They're super fun, and especially if you can find this guy at a discount, I think he's definitely worth it. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. If you're an ARC Trooper in my Patreon, you would have seen this review early if you'd like access to early content, monthly giveaways, other awesome benefits. The link to my Patreon is in the description below. Become an ARC Trooper for just $4.99 a month. If you're a fan of the reviews I do here on YouTube, or you just want to support the YouTube channel more directly, you could also check out my YouTube channel membership, Rancor Battalion, for just 99 cents a month. It gives you access to exclusive badges and priority replies in my comment section. You also get all my reviews early as opposed to all my content like you get with Patreon, and you get to vote on what I review next for the channel. If you'd like some Blitz Transmissions swag, you could head over to the Blitz Transmissions Armory over on Printify. Link to that is in the description below, as well as links to my Discord and all my social media. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.
Breaking off all units. Fire at will. 1-2, pick your targets. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. Gotta hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them. I'm hit. Where's our reinforcement?